What's up, losers? Today I'm going to be taking a look at r/fatlogic posts. For the 7th, count them, 7th, time, size, what am I doing with my life? Just kidding. I love this stuff, haha. Well, that's enough of an introduction. Let's get right into the posts.
BMI is BS. When I was in college, I was at my healthiest. I ate a variety of fruits and veggies, tried a lot of new foods, ate small amounts every day, because I couldn't afford big meals. From the college mess hall, I took PE classes, and, consistently, I would be around 220 to 225. Often 220 at the start of a new semester, drop to maybe 216, then go up to 225 when doing any PE class. And by the end, my calves would have very little fat on them, where I always lost fat first, followed by thighs. Yet when I ended up with a new doctor, towards the end of my college days, I was at my personal peak health, exercise, and eating healthy, and you know what the doctor told me? You are overweight, and need to lose weight. Get down to at least 175 for someone of your height. Between 5'1" and 5'2". Didn't even tell me how, or what to do, even after I told him my healthy, at the time, lifestyle, just said, try harder, and, if you don't lose weight now, it'll be harder to do it in the future, and you are going to get diabetes. No doubt. Like Beach, my family has no history of diabetes. And all my blood tests came back normal. No high cholesterol or anything. Frick that no yes. My body wants to be 220 to 225. Then that's my goal. As far as weight goes. Hashtag weight. Hashtag overweight. Hashtag fat shaming. Hashtag fat phobia. Hashtag BMI. Hashtag health. Hashtag does not equal weight.
Good lord. So let me get this straight. You're just over 5 foot tall. And you think that your natural weight is 220 pounds. Just no, not even close. Utterly ridiculous. And you claim that you were eating small meals at that weight. Ha ha, what a joke. Do you seriously expect people to believe that? The only way you were eating small meals at that weight is if you were having 15 of them a day. Plus snacks, ha ha. I'm pretty skeptical about the exercise claims too. It's hard to believe that you'd enjoy any kind of athletic mobility at that weight. But you know what? I don't feel the need to argue the point any further. Because if this person is lying to herself, as I strongly believe that she is, then I wouldn't be telling her anything she doesn't already know. The instinct she displays to fall back on blood work is more concerning. Admittedly, because it's something that's all too common in the fat acceptance community. And it gives a misleading view of what it actually means to be healthy. So to clarify, your blood work might be fine now. Your blood work might be fine 5 years down the track. But the longer time goes on, without you taking action about your weight, the likelier it is that that blood work will take a serious turn for the worse. You should not just consider your health through the lens of the momentary snapshot that a single blood test provides. You should view it as an ongoing project that only becomes more challenging to maintain as you age, and take advantage of now, when you're still doing okay, to make sure that you can continue to do okay in the future. The only point I will agree with this poster on is that the doctor should be providing better advice than for her to just try harder. Even if not all doctors will necessarily be diet experts, it is useless to advise people to lose weight without providing some kind of guidance on how they ought to do it. Telling her to just try harder is more tantamount to shaming than real advice in my opinion. So, yeah, do better, doc.
Quick question. What the hell does pre-diabetic mean? Is it an actual medical state? Or is that just what thin people call non-diabetic fat people? I only ever see fat people be called pre-diabetic. And it just sounds kinda fake to me. Edit. So what I'm getting from this is that it's when your blood sugar is higher than normal, but you're not diabetic. I'm having a hard time understanding why you would have to label someone pre-diabetic. And why not just say, that the patient has higher blood sugar than normal. It just seems like a way for doctors to overdiagnose fat people with things that don't need a diagnosis, to make us sound unhealthier than we actually are. Because I've never heard this term be used for a thin person. And I'm sure doctors are way more hesitant to diagnose thin people with this.
So first of all, thin people can be pre-diabetic. It might seem like no thin people are receiving that diagnosis to you. But that's just because, like diabetes, pre-diabetes is more likely to affect overweight and obese people than those at a healthy weight. But there are other dietary, lifestyle, and genetic factors that affect your chances of developing it, aside from weight. Secondly, I thought this would be obvious given its name, but the reason doctors label people as pre-diabetic is because if someone's prediabetes is not addressed, it is likely to develop into full-on diabetes within 10 years. Treatment can involve diet and lifestyle changes, but it can also involve medication, depending on the patient's particular medical circumstances and desires. So yeah, prediabetes is not some evil tool of fat oppression. It's an invaluable wake-up call for people who are on the precipice of developing a much more harmful and life-altering condition. Unfortunately, if this post is anything to go by, that wake-up call is being ignored by many in the fat acceptance movement.
Sorry, I'm in the fat phobia trauma feels. But I keep thinking about my increasingly evidence-based conclusion that fat is a protective factor. Your body grows fat as a response to trauma of many different varieties. So you are better able to survive the trauma. And how horrifying it is that diet culture teaches us to attack, shrink, and destroy an aspect of our body that is actually protecting us, which then rebounds the traumas and increases the need for protection. So of course you gain more weight back after dieting, and the only solution offered to you is to continue that awful cycle until you die, when they get to say, "See, fat is deadly," and act like you deserved it.
Okay, so I acknowledge that overeating may serve as a source of emotional comfort for many people, and can be caused by trauma. But this doesn't make it any more healthy. When we identify that people are employing a self-destructive coping mechanism, like substance abuse or self-harm, we don't just endorse that behavior because we can empathize with its origin. The same thinking should apply for overeating. It is not worth sacrificing your physical health and mobility to insulate yourself from unwelcome feelings. I don't really understand the criticism of diet culture here. She says how bad it is that diet culture teaches us to attack, shrink, and destroy fat, but like what's the alternative? The fat has to go. By her own admission, the cycle of weight gain often results in premature death. If you want to come up with a more particularized critique of dieting practices, I'm all ears, but the central focus of losing fat is non-negotiable.
Ha 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 ha, came to my mom's house after like 2 months, and it's been half an hour, and she's already being emo about my weight. Hashtag not her having a little group discussion with her mom about sending me to the gym. Hashtag I hate it here. Hashtag weight mention. Hashtag fat phobia.
Well guys, I have to call it like I see it. And this sounds like pretty messed up parenting. Weight loss is important, sure, but could you at least show your child a little love and affection before you start mapping out her diet plan? This is just cruel, and while this is only speculation, I wouldn't be surprised if this kind of loveless parenting contributed to her developing an eating problem in the first place. I guess the lesson here is, even though I clown on fat acceptance a lot, no issue is truly black and white. I'm sure this story, of being reduced to nothing more than a number on a scale, is not uncommon, and it no doubt makes it difficult for people to have a healthy relationship with food and their own bodies. Even if we might be critical of the fat acceptance movement's messaging. we should still try to be compassionate and understanding wherever possible. Because this ain't it.
I think it's very convenient for new ads that they always star a fat person. It's like they're saying, you should examine why you're fat, and stop doing that. But who am I to know? Hashtag if Noom actually cared about the people who have diet problems, they would advertise it in people who want to gain weight as well. Hashtag because it's not as hashtag marketable. But there are definitely people who feel that way. Hashtag I would even say, there are as many people who want to gain weight for health as there are people who want to lose weight for health. Hashtag believe me, most fat people don't want to lose weight to get healthy. We usually want to lose weight to be socially accepted. Hashtag transmission. Hashtag fatphobia.
This might be the record for the longest string of passive-aggressive hashtags yet, haha. But anyway, no, there aren't as many thin people trying to gain weight for health as there are fat people trying to lose weight for health. Which, if you think about it, is why that's not as marketable. It's also a hell of an assumption to say that most fat people want to lose weight for social acceptance, not health. I mean, I don't know about you, but I know plenty of fat people who are very much accepted and have a better social life than I do, haha. Projection much. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter why people want to lose weight. If that's a goal they have, then services like Noom will emerge to fill that space in the market. I can't speak to the quality of Noom specifically, because I haven't used it. But in principle, I don't see the issue with such weight loss services. If you don't like Noom, that's fine, because nobody is forcing you to use it. And as for the ads, use adblock, I guess. Well, that's all I've got for you today. This was a nice one. Got to explore a couple of different topics. Even got to make a few concessions, which made me feel all reasonable and mature, haha. Anyway, what do you think about Noom, prediabetes, and working out at 5'1" 220 pounds? Let me know in the comments. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, or I'll bombard you with ads for my newly developed weight loss service. Haha. Catch you later.